Welcome to Find Me Alpha LCS here on a Friday night. Game 2 of our doubleheader here. First, Codename carries next door our number 1 team versus our currently placed number 2 team in Long Anime Schlongs, as Long Anime Schlongs will be fighting for a playoff bye. I am one of your casters, Sean Minbung Shannon. It is a quad cast here on the desk because I am joined by all the marbles of Marble Olympics, minus Rangers and Savage Speeders. We have Thunderbolts, Midnight Wisp, and Quicksilvers on the desk. How's it going, Marbles?
Hey, Marbles Unite, man.
Yeah,
Yes.
as we are going straight into pick bans right now. Codename carries next door. We're going to be banning out the Morgana and the Anivia onto the side of Long Anime Schlong's Zorpox champion and Hirmar champion, respectively, as Long Anime Schlongs does ban out Maye's signature Olaf.
You know, leave it to Panic at the Top Hat to be so scared of the enemy's best champion, not being able to handle the enemy at all. Kind of embarrassing from a mid laner of his caliber. If you do ask me, you know. But, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, no one did ask you, but we'll just take that. Rakan's going to be banned on the side of Long Anime Schlongs, focusing on Euromoose right there, who has been somewhat of a playmaker for Codename Carries next door out of the bot lane, which hasn't been seeing much attention being thrown at it. The Shen coming out banned away from General Dill. Will he ever get to play Shen? The world may never know. And the Graves finally coming out from Maye, but the Vel'Koz left open for Panic at the top hat. You have to think that Hiramar's got something up his sleeve if they do decide to lock that in, but the misfortune will be to lock in for a Donville in the bot lane.
Yeah, that's pretty bold, first pick in a misfortune. I mean, Long Anime Songs can draft a pretty good comp to just dive it and kind of nullify any bullet times that might come out.
Yeah, and something like Braum is a good way to cancel it, too.
Yeah, I think Braum is a really good way to cancel it. And we see Lucian and Braum right there coming out. Man, I am so good at predicting that. That was all me. Go hashtag Minbung. Interestingly enough as well, the Singed is still available, and that is a General Dill champion that has been known to just be able to get to some of these 80 carries who are of low mobility and probably can't position as well. Although a Donville, having the highest KDA in the league, does know how to position or run away from a fight. As the Taric is locked in, and they're going to lock in the Vel'Koz right there, so not wanting to pick it on the first rotation, but the Xerath insta-lock right here. Hiramar watching the previous series and saying, please don't put me on the same level as that trash juice me mommy, and nowhere near the level of Thunderbolts.
Huh. I think it's actually not a bad matchup for the Xerath. It really just comes down to dodging Vel'Koz spells. I mean, it's in any matchup, but specifically in that one, because if you can just outpoke him and not get hit by anything, you can really get a big advantage in lane. But if he hits you with, like, literally one spell, you're pretty screwed.
Yeah, triple ban focusing on Maye right now. They didn't pick up the jungler the first round, so you have to think that this ban will also be a jungle champion as the Rengar? Does Maye play Rengar? I think he does.
What doesn't Maye
jungle
play?
incoming.
What doesn't Maye play?
He has the Fizz and the Kindred that we know that are still available. The Jax ban coming out for the side, focusing Neil the Steel more likely than General Dill. It is one of his comfort champions. As the Nocturne also...
Wow, 6 jungle bans.
Oof.
Yeah. And Elias has... Yeah.
And Minbug successfully has nothing to play. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, though, these junglers are going to start getting down to those backup picks here. I mean, there is some stuff that's still available. You know, that Hecarim being something that's actually seeing a little bit of a resurgence lately. And Sejuani, you know, another one, a solid tank there in the jungle. Something Neil Steele has played previously, too.
Trundle is still available as well, and he's pretty strong in this
especially
meta for sure.
into Sejuani.
Yes, definitely.
Also, as pointed out by the chat, Anivia is also a jungle ban if you want to count that, if you are Thunderbolts.
Nobody funnels with Rakan, Eric. Go away.
As the Swain is going to be locked in here for Rafal in the top lane. And the Nunu for Maye.
The hover. Does he do it? I don't know. I think it would actually not be that bad.
No, he's not going to do that. If the kill comes out, I'll be... He's just trolling. Yeah, the Jarvan. That's going to be the lock-in right there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, nice lockdown, level 2 gank, early pressure jungle for the side of Maye. Fits right into there. It says, has to be a blue champion, most likely the Trundle, but Trundle sucks in the Swain, as General Dill said in the last cast. So, what blue champion so they can all fit the Singed? Okay, it's green. That's
Here we go.
That's what we need to Ash top.
Ash top.
Get the
Lissandra
Freljord
top.
going on.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Something we didn't mention, this is the number 1 versus the number 2 seed currently, too. That's pretty exciting for the last match of the season. They get to play against each other in the 1st and 2nd seed.
Yeah, it's almost like I said that at the beginning of the cast.
You said this is for playoff implications, but they are currently...
Check the VOD. I said it's the number 1 team versus the current number 2 team trying to secure a playoff
Sure
bye.
you did, Sean. Anyway,
Oh my god, I felt it!
I really actually like this Singed pick. I don't know how it does it to the Swain, but I feel like that's something that's just gonna be super obnoxious to deal with, especially when your main 2 carries are both immobile.
Yeah, a mobile carries on both sides, but more so on the side of what you're saying, Conan carries next door. Tarek also receiving some nerfs to the dazzled damage and the ult cooldown timer. I think when it comes down to it, it's gonna be on the side of long animation longs. Can this Singed, put Rafal behind, and can Hiramar play safe enough to where Sejuani, can get a little bit tankier and just have a better front line for these team fights that are going to be coming out. Digital Love not playing extremely well in the first series, subbing in on the side for Power Bottom Boys, but hopefully better off in his own natural habitat in the bot lane with Zorpogs.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna look as far as who maybe has the advantage coming out of pick ban, I'd probably give it to carries next door. I just think that Jarvan is gonna be too much for the Xerath to handle, especially if he's able to get some early ganks off. Blow that flash early on. It's gonna be really tough to do anything from a regank. But LIS's chances really do. I agree with you. Rely on General Dill to go Singed and carry on. Also, on an unrelated note, please tell me that Eric is not our only viewer. Are there other people here? Please talk.
Yeah, I don't want to just keep on seeing that green sword. It's gonna.
I'm sick of Guy Fieri.
Same.
Yeah.
OP_TSM_fan. If I'm not mistaken, you are also a green sworded member of this community.
Yeah, but I'm not spamming the chat with it and saying stuff about Nunu. So.
You're not Pi Fieri.
But it's Pi Fieri. His straight brother. Guy Fieri's straight brother. So.
Straight.
But I think you talked about something in the mid lane. Vel'Koz is gonna have the push, the triple dot from Guy Fieri. The Vel'Koz will have the early push power, so I'll be interested to see if there is like a level 2 gank mid onto the Xerath, because there's not going to be much damage to like really follow up on that right away unless he lands it.
Yeah, capping the Xerath is definitely a very good idea here for carries next door. Something to note about that mid lane matchup is they're both opting for barrier, so respecting that late damage that can come out from both of the other ones and the burst.
Yeah, I think something that we're seeing in a lot of these games is a lot of zone control that if teams are looking to opt in for. Rafal and the Swain can take up a whole entire lane. The Jarvan Cataclysm, Vel'Koz just being really safe in the back line and being able to put out the deeps. Also, the Misfortune as well. Tarek is going to be the only real frontliner probably with Jarvan right there and use that fake tankiness of the Cosmic Radiance. But on the side of long animation longs, you kind of see more traditional battle lines. You're going to have your tanks in the front with Sejuani and the Braum. Zera staying in the back, and Lucian hopefully just dashing around, probably trying to, dash around this Jarvan who's probably just going to be trying to jump on them at any chance that they can.
Yeah, I think Long Anime Schlongs has a really good overall team composition as far as scaling. They have a really strong early game with Lucian Braum, and Sinch is pretty strong in the mid to late game as well as Xerath. So they're covering their gaps. They're gonna be able to play through bot early and get some advantages there, and then kind of rotate that into mid and top lane towards the later in the game. Um, but on the side of carries next door, they have a really strong team fight composition with Swain, Jarvan. Like if Swain gets locked in the Jarvan Cataclysm with another member of Long Animation Longs, it's pretty well over for that team member, especially if there's the Vel'Koz ultimate and the bullet time coming down.
Yeah, a lot
Really
of
hard to
team
beat.
AoE on the side of Kaiden and Cage Next Door. Quicksilvers, some of your thoughts before we get into the spectator delay right here.
As much as we are talking about how you need to camp the Xerath, I think it's going to be really hard because of the range that the Xerath has. It can sit back and just poke from far ranges. If I'm not mistaken, Xerath actually has a longer range than Vel'Koz. So as much as we want that camp to happen, it's going to be really difficult. I think realistically ganking on any side on a long animation is going to be hard because Sinch is going to run away or flip you over him. Lucian runs away. Braum can disengage. It's just going to be a tough gank anywhere for Jarvan, I think. But hopefully some of the players on the side of carries next door can maybe bait some of them to getting closer to the turret and maybe catch them out a little bit further into the lane.
I'd like to see a full proxy Singe game from old General Dill. See him just like in the enemy's base, just chilling out, proxying the wave off. That would be pretty dank. Nice spectator quality.
So, if I'm not mistaken, our only viewers right now are every member of Marble Olympics and our honorary Marble Olympics member, Menbung.
Nice.
That's chaos balls to you.
Oh, excuse me.
Balls of chaos. You need to.
Balls
say
of-
your own
Yeah,
team,
you don't
right?
even know your own team name. Yikes, dude.
Oof.
Yeah, well, at least
You hate to see
I
that.
didn't change my name and then change it back like Euromoose. He was Oceanics, but he hates marbles apparently. So
No, he's just an excellent sub. Shout outs to your Moose. I'm rooting for you this game.
no
Oh.
love for the viewers.
I'm sorry, other viewers.
GJ Ratty.
We have a ton of bias here at the PMALCS.
There's no bias whatsoever. Everything is statistical, and Geo is a very fair sub.
Power rankings: Menbung number 3, Mouse Cop number 2, John number 1.
In the
Right.
support position.
Yo, also Braum is running Ignite, which would be good for Swain. I expect Xerath to go Morello early on. I don't know. After
Even
watching,
General Dill, maybe. Go Morello.
yeah, not a bad idea.
Yeah, so as we're gonna get into the final seconds here, under a minute now in the spectator delay, let's just run down the virtual desk and get some choices, starting with you, Thunderbolts.
I think I'm gonna give it to Carries Next Door. I think in the way people find success in the PMALCS, at least from what I've seen, is by comps that are pretty straightforward on how they are ran, and I think their comp has a very obvious goal in mind for the game, and I think they'll be able to execute.
Midnight Wisp, you?
I think that Dylan's gonna take this game by the balls and just go right in there and just leak his poisony goodness onto
Midnight Wisp
the
is like, I just don't want to get the 2 seed.
No, I am trying to be objective here. Something that is lost on some of you, aka Thunderbolts.
All right, thank you, Sivan, for.
Nobody is
and
safe.
for
We're
joining the
memeing
cast today.
everyone.
Quicksilvers, your choice going in as we are going to be jumping into the game now.
I like carries next door. As we kind of talked about, they have one clear goal in mind, and if they execute that, which I think they will, it's going to be a pretty easy game for them.
Yeah, I'd be remiss to say if one of our favorites, Biscuit Hat, was here, he would have to say General Dill is a diamond top laner, so it's going to be really, really tough. The aftershock also for General Dill. I don't know if you'd hate to see that, but
No,
really,
he was a diamond top laner, right? Didn't he get decayed?
He got demoted.
Demoted?
Or decayed.
high diamond top laner stream happening here on PMA LCS.
You know, at the end of the day, we're all winners because we don't have to watch Guy Fieri play League of Legends.
That's true.
You know what?
Not Eric, actual Guy Fieri.
That would be horrible. To try to watch actual Guy Fieri play League of Legends, he's like, "Why can't I eat the keyboard?" Whatever.
Yeah, that's what he'd say for sure.
He'd play Tom Kench, guaranteed.
You guys just ignore the top bar really quick while I change that because I forgot to between matches. So,
Yeah, and I'm going.
Oh, we can look at some of these these old.
I'm gonna split the desk here. I'm gonna go with long anime schlongs, just because I think that while the team comp may be the easier to execute, and I do like Maye on his first Jarvan of the split, it is a good champion for him. That I think the early game pressure coming out from this bot lane will most likely be to the success of long animation long. So I'm going to give it to them. Also, Skinnergy for the Winnergy, our
Nice.
brothers.
Yeah, General Dill, the only one not having a skin, so
Yeah.
just waiting on them to spawn up. All right.
Do we see any invades? Oh, also, wanted to mention, Misfortune is running Conqueror. Last game we saw press the attack.
And the previous game we saw the Conqueror as well, though, when it was a family man on the Misfortune.
Honestly, anything beats Dark Harvest. People who run Dark Harvest Misfortune are just not meant to be League of Legends players.
I agree. I think that
Hyper is ISIS.
I think that Dark Harvest is really bad, and no one should ever do it. No one should ever do. I think it's terrible.
Am I gonna have to split you two up?
LES actually haven't been seen here, but I think they're just doing defensive positions.
Oh, they've been seen, as their mastery spams can be seen by all of the stream now. Hopefully.
Nice. Near the steal at a lowly 5.
I thought that was gonna be
F.
stuff there.
Pay your respects.
Dylan drawing a circle around.
Wow.
Like,
Frank doesn't allow his team to emote. Do you guys see this? Look at this oppression from this captain here. Awful. You hate to see that nowadays.
You really do.
Yeah.
You really actually do.
Not allowing his team to express themselves via the emote. It's just unfortunate. 2018, man.
Revolution!
You gotta rule
Yeah,
with
for
an
real.
iron fist.
Maye for captain.
Yeah,
Best jungler on the team. Best jungler on the
Maye
team.
does not want to be a captain whatsoever. He says, I don't want to deal with all this bull.
Same.
Oh man. Alright,
That's
so
nice.
we're gonna see no invade here.
Thunderbolts for president. Not commissioner, though.
Oof.
Oh. So thank goodness I'm not doing play-by-play for this game.
Oh. Hey, I'm excited. I think these be some crazy fights here.
I think this bot lane is going to be really interesting
Oh.
because...
General Dill's pinging the blue buff. Oh, he's just backing off.
Yeah,
Just saying he's there.
Neil the Steel opting to do what most PMA LCS junglers have done is one camp, and I'm going to wait around for this scuttler because, God, it's so damn important. But the bot lane hitting level 2 first on the side of long animation longs is
Oh,
really, really big.
run. Digital Love trying to dash in, unable to land any auto attacks.
I think the bottom lane of Code and Carry is next door, and Quicksilver and Midnight Wisp, just correct me if I'm wrong, have not really been given like much credit in terms of the success of how Code and Carry is next door win most of their games. So, what are your thoughts on this bot lane as we are in finally the last? Oh, never mind.
Oh, here comes Maye. Oh, the nice root from Rafal landed. Here goes Maye. He's actually going to get flipped back. He's going to keep getting chased. The flash, the auto attack just won. Oh, he levels up. Going to live. A nice escape from General Dill. But burning a flash. Neil the Steel's here, but nothing come of it. So Maye flash for a General Dill flash.
Yeah, and a General Jill flash is a flash for PMA LCS. So.
What does that even mean, dude? Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, a nice root. Oh, nice combo from Rafal and the Swain. Tons of damage. General Dill is taking minion damage. He might actually... No, he's not going to go down, but he's below half health. Swain, man. Oh, my gosh.
Man, if only we had someone on the desk who could play that adequately.
Yikes.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, so before General Dill dies and gives over first blood, Midnight Wisp and Quicksilver's thoughts on this bot lane for codename carries next door, as I was trying to preface before that gank and top lane happened.
So, you want to take this one, John?
You're
Sure.
gonna give it to the guy who didn't even play against it? You freaking carry.
I'm trying to formulate my thoughts in a way that isn't
well,
toxic.
That might be a while for him.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
In a way that isn't toxic? What do you mean?
Guys, just so you know, Midnight Wisp is very toxic, and we all have to deal with it here on the side of Marble Olympics. And I'm sorry if you guys ever deal with it too. Anyway, bot
Except
lane
for
affairs
Eric.
next door.
Eric deserves every bit of it.
Wait, so is it true that just all people named Chris are just...
Oh, here comes the gang top. Neil Steel's on this. General Dill has no mana. Looks like he's gonna go down the stun. Oh, excuse me. Rafal has no mana, and he ends up being the one going down. So a nice kill here. First blood as well, going over to Sejuani, and LES taking an early lead.
Yeah, interesting that he didn't burn the flash there early. Probably, I'm not entirely sure why, but, you know, no vision either in the top lane, so really unfortunate right there. Now that advantage of the flash will, you know, you still have the flash right there, but good first blood and a nice gank from Neil the Steel.
I will say that I think that Adonville and Yoramu's play lanes that are designed to not die, which is okay if that's what you want to do, but you don't see like a ton of aggression from their lane, at least without like, I don't know, ganks or something like that. They're not a lane that I look at as they're gonna want to 2v2 me all the time, which is fine. It's their play style, but I think that they can be abused in that way too.
Ooh, Miramar getting slowed. Nothing.
Yeah, I agree with quite a bit of that. I think they pick champions based on knowing that they're gonna play the way they do, and that they need to scale and be relevant late game if they're not gonna die in the early game. So you don't really see like a Lucian or anything that really has that like early game power in the bot lane. You always see something like a Tarek, you see something MF. I don't know if he's played Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa's usually pretty safe early game. Needs to scale a little bit.
Games.
But they know how to position so that they don't die and get to that point at which they can help their team.
Some nice damage from Digital Love, landing the stun on Tarek, and then the Guardian proc to protect him. Also top lane Rafal, just, you know, being Swain.
Yeah, I think that Frank said it last week in the interviews of Play of the Game. I don't know if he got one, but just in that talk, after they lost a game, they were talking about how they were trying to turn the corner, and I think that's kind of a testament to how their whole team plays. Maybe not Maya. He's pretty good about pressuring early.
Ooh, nice stun, but here's Maya. He's going in. The flag and drag. The ultimate damage, the ultimate from Jarvan. They're gonna try to get him. He's barrier. He's actually gonna go down to Maya, picking up a kill here on this Xerath.
I absolutely love the way Maye played that right there. You know, Hiramar being a little bit too far forward without any vision, unfortunately, pulling a Rafal there in terms of being a lane without any vision. So, just something to note for all of our viewers watching.
Oh, here goes General Dill. He spotted him. Maya's at half health. Oh!
What was that interaction?
That's how that works.
You can hear General Dill yelling right now.
I was just about to say the same thing. Yeah. You hate to see that. Riot, fix your game.
Can one of the members of Long Anime Schlongs please? Oh, I wish someone was recording. We should get someone to record comms.
I mean, that was pretty interesting because he dropped the super mega adhesive. He shouldn't have been able to move out of that adhesive.
I'll go back and check.
I think he might have casted it before the adhesive was placed down.
He put down the adhesive first, like before the buff was even
I'll
done.
go check.
But as I was saying earlier, like they seem like a very we're gonna outscale you team. We're gonna play safe
Pink at the
early.
top hat. Here comes the stun. Here comes the rest of the damage. He does not have his ultimate. Yuramar's landing some good follow-up poke, but oh wow, actually ended up both of them being down to about half health. Yuramar backing.
And I'm just gonna finish my point. They'll look to have early game pressure from Maie to accelerate them to that critical mass late game point. Now I'm done. Continue.
Okay, so the Mega Adhesive was placed and it is grounded. He tried to go, but then the Airborne of General Dill actually takes him off, so then he's now airborne and not grounded.
Double stun. Here comes the Jarvan. The ultimate from Brom's going to come out. Here's the flash, the flag and drag. There's two people. The bullet time's going to come down, but it's not going to hit anybody, and LAS are actually going to escape this. And get the top out here. Here's the slow. Here's the ultimate. The damage from the Vel'Koz picking up a double kill for himself. An unbelievable gank in the bottom lane. Oh my gosh. Vel'Koz things.
Yep. Seeing as why Vel'Koz is generally banned always against.
That was beautiful.
Really good right there. And picking up the dragon right there for the side of Codename Carries next door. They're about 1,000 gold ahead. And, you know, Maie just invading in on near the steel, equal in levels, has his team not completed.
Maie doesn't have his team with him though. He could get collapsed on. Oh, he's just gonna slide out. I forgot Jarvan things.
Yeah, so the way he was able to do that is because he was no longer grounded when the fling happened, and because of the way he did the cast animation. If he would have done his EQ combo before the fling, he wouldn't have gotten out because of the grounding, but because General Dill kind of saved him by the way it all happened. So just for all y'all that knew.
Oh, I've been there. That's Xerath. I know that feel. You're just like, here comes a cool play. There's a minion with like 4 health.
Yeah. I think we call that... No, never mind. I can't flame. I don't want to flame.
Good flame. We've seen, what, is this the 3rd Xerath game we've seen today?
This
Yes. It's been a Xerath and the other 2? No, just the second one.
is the second one.
So 2 Xeraths in a row. Oh, here comes General Dill, the ultimate! Wow, I'm surprised that did not hit, but General Dill's gonna flip him back. He's gonna root the Vel'Koz. He's gonna end up using a stopwatch. Rafal is here as well. He's gonna use the barrier to try to stay alive. Panic at the top hat's gonna go down. The shutdown go. It looks like Hiramar is gonna try to escape while Rafal's 1v3ing. Here comes the ultimate proc. Not enough to get anybody. So in the end, just a kill and one for the side of LES. A shutdown gold on the Vel'Koz.
Can you speed up a little bit?
Yeah, I think Stream's
Ooh.
a couple seconds ahead of you.
Rip.
Yeah, I was
46, 47.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
49, 50,
Cool.
51.
Cool. We good? Rip. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine. No, it was a good call. It was a little bit weird. Also, interesting to note that Neil still, while he did pick up the kill onto the Vel'Koz, who had to burn both Flash and the stopwatch, not attacking Rafal while he is there to try to get the stun lockdown. I think they could have turned that after the ultimate had run down from the Swain, but just opted to run away instead. As General Dill is full build now, with his 3
Yeah, man.
Pretty close game gold-wise. Frank's got a big lead. Panic at the top hat. Sorry, has a big lead in the mid lane, but it's kind of off balance by General Dill's farm lead in the top lane. So I mean, it's only about a 500 gold lead at this point, so still very close between these two teams.
I'm going to be really interested to see if the Singed opts to go.
Oh, here's another kill for the Vel'Koz. The stun, the ultimate. Yep. That's just what happens when you're against the Vel'Koz. If he lands one spell, you're just dead. If you don't have flash, well, he did have flash. Maybe just getting stun locked and too much damage before he could use it. But it's just one spell is all it takes to pick up a kill.
I want to give a shout out because it won't show in the stats chart, but that ward by Uramoose right there, which is not a very typical ward that most supports will place outside of laning phase. That ward was placed by him, and that was the vision that Panic at the Top Hat needed to secure that kill. Hiramar had no idea it was there. It was the only reason why Panic at the Top Hat was able to get the jump right there on Hiramar.
Panic at the Top. Man, Vel'Koz is just so annoying. A lost chapter and an amplifying tome.
With sword shoes.
Or blasting along, excuse me. And sword shoes, yeah, true. Uh-oh, near the steals. Looks like he might be caught here. The stun's gonna be used. Looks like he doesn't have his Q. He's gonna get rooted. Maya's gonna come in. What does he? He lives! He lives! Health check. Health check, Sean.
Okay.
Sean, health check.
I'm also gonna check why the hell he didn't queue over for about a year.
Oh, he's slowing him. He's got auto attacks, and the ultimate's going to be used. General Tool does not have flash. He flips him out, though. He's in the Cataclysm by himself, and now he runs away. He's going to try to escape. Can they get him? Oh, the knockup, and they're not. He's not going to be able to escape, and a kill for Rafal. Wow, that would have been an awesome Cinch escape. That Cataclysm play was pretty awesome. But unfortunately, not enough.
Health check was 5, and
Oh, and Panic at the Top Hat's gonna go down here. Wow. What was it? 5?
5.
Wow.
Wow, good job, Digital Love. I didn't see how that happened, but that was pretty cool.
Just the bot lane roamed up and came behind Panic at Top Hat. He was just pushing the turret a little bit too aggressively. Didn't quite have the vision coverage. That, or he just didn't look at his map, because there is a ward in that pixel brush. But oof, map awareness. You hate to see that.
Wow. Oh my gosh, so lame.
Toxic.
So real quick, I wanted to ask you something real quick, Midnight Wiz.
Sure.
You're
Hit
the
me with it.
Lucian in this game. I know this isn't very typical with the way that most Lucians are building right now, but we see the lethality coming out from the Misfortune. I kind of feel like with the lack of a real tank outside of this Jarvan, who's
Don't say
more of a bruiser,
Don't say it.
I was going to ask, would you have built a lethality item, not going double lethality? Or maybe rushed, a Black Cleaver instead of the Bork?
I think I'd still probably lean towards the Black Cleaver. Like, I don't think you're necessarily wrong if you get like a Ghost Blade, because I mean that was a Lucian build for a while. But I think a lot of people likes to go the Ghost Blade into the Black Cleaver still. I just think the shred it gives your ultimate, and the health stats are really effective for Lucians, especially because he's such a low range.
Nice stun. Here comes the ultimate from Terek. They're going to try to fight here. It's on 3 members. A stun lands on 2. The bullet time's going to come down, but it's not going to do a ton of damage, as LAS is going to back out of this in the end. Ooh, the stun. The Q. Nothing else.
Yeah, so I think
Oh,
Oh, another stun. Oh, but we're gonna be panning back and forth. Here, Mar's doing a ton of damage. He's gonna use the ultimate. Frankie's gonna flash away the ultimate. Oh, come down. Picking up a kill for himself. Here comes the rest of the team. The stun's gonna be used on the Zorbox. Rafal's going in, trying to get as many people as he can. He's flashing into the back of the 3. The Cataclysm's used, but he's also in there. He's gonna not be able to get anybody yet. They're still alive. But Maya's gonna pick up the first kill. It looks like Yaramoose and Adonville are trying to chase General Dill, but no, he's the end of one being cinched here. Oh, nail the steal! Oh!
health check.
Oh my gosh, is he gonna live?
That's like 50. That doesn't need a check.
No, I'm going to do a health check for him.
They're gonna try to start this dragon here.
Bill has 1v4 here. I don't know if he wants this. I think he's just gonna.
Oh,
He was
oh, here comes the root. Rafal and the stun's not gonna land. But in the end, dragon here and a couple of kills for Carrie's next door. This is some crazy fights.
Kneel the Steel, more like Kneel the Steel stealing health bars away from other people. He's lived with 5 HP and 3 in that last one.
Oh, it was like 50.
Okay,
Yeah.
that bar, that like remaining bar did not look like 3. It looked a lot more than what it was last time, so...
Yeah, it was 2 less. But who's counting? Me. That's the
Nice. So
First
to answer
tower
your question,
down.
Sean, I would still go to Black Cleaver here,
Alright.
probably. But I mean, I don't think you're wrong if
Absolutely.
you go Ghost Blade. Yeah.
Because I just thought, maybe it would match some of the early game damage, especially on someone like Panic at the Top Hat. But the board's not bad either for sustain. I just thought maybe, as you said, y'all both said against this lane that's known to be very passive and just survive, that sustaining through the lane isn't exactly what you were wanting to do coming in. So just a thought I had.
Yeah, I think the thing about Dilution though is, for the majority of the fights, he's going to be hitting Jarvan, Swain, or maybe Tarek. If he's hitting Vel'Koz or Misfortune, he's either gonna die or they're dead already. Like if he ever gets to that point. So he needs to be able to first deal with the Jarvan and the Swain, and they're going to be stacking up on health and tank stats. Like the Jarvan's already got the Cinder Hulk, which maybe the Black Cleaver doesn't exactly help with, but ideally they'll be building armor as well. As you see the whatever thing for Zhonya's is, Seeker's Arm Guard. That.
Oh, here comes the ult. The raid's not going to be enough. Just doing a little bit of damage onto the members of LAS as they're, Zerat's just gonna wave clear. Zerat do what Zerat do.
So, as our resident sit back and poke champion guy, Thunderbolts, how annoying is it to play against this stuff, and why is it so effective?
Meanwhile, here comes the barrage. He's not gonna have any low health targets, but meanwhile, kills are gonna be picked up here for Panic at the top hat. The ultimate from Neil to steal, but nothing for that. So Panic at the top hat, ended up getting the advantage here onto Zorpox. But with General Dill pushing top lane, picking up a turret, and bottom lane as well. Wave is pushing. I need to.
Yeah, good job, Ascension.
Yep. It seems like General Dill is pulling his own Bear Jr. impression and not really grouping with his team.
But being effective as hell. I mean,
Yeah.
2 turret.
That's true.
Or 1 turret.
Like I said, his best Bear Jr. impression.
Yeah, but Bear Jr. actually would carry his team and have killed the other top laner 5 times.
That make Rafal Eric?
Yeah.
No, because Eric Rafal does not have 7 deaths at this moment.
Oh my god!
Well, and General Dill isn't Diamond anymore, so he's really looking up to Bear Jr. at this point.
Gosh.
It's just a flame stream.
Okay, real quick, Guy here, you mentioned 2 different people. You said Minbug trying to call someone else Ascension.
Yeah, I agree. Sean is Ascension. 100%.
Yeah, that's those are not the same people.
Ascension's the dude that says this ridiculous news and makes all this hullabaloo, and that's you, Sean.
That's not me. I'm okay. I adapt to the
Alright,
meta.
Minbug gets Ascension. It's confirmed.
Min Shin Shin, honestly.
I liked it better than you called it. I will leave this stream.
I just have one thing to say. Nerf singed. Nerf singed. Nerf singed.
Nerf singed.
I've never even seen the video, so.
It's excellent. It's excellent.
Oh, here comes the Jarvan. He's on the back line. Here comes the TP as well. Miramarsh is going to flash out. The TP's still coming in. The Cataclysm is only going to be a Sejuani, so LAS backline's okay. But the ultimate from Vel'Koz is huge, picking up a kill for himself. Full stacks, too.
Yeah, and
General Dill's trying to do what he can. He does get rooted by the Nevermore. Here comes the ultimate from Rafal. He's going to take down Singe. Actually, Donville's going to get the kill. A little bit of an early stopwatch here from Rafal. Trying. Oh my gosh. Miramar, the flash in, the barrier from here, or excuse me, on the flash in the Miramar. He's going to go down here to the Swain. Oh, digital! I guess just a panic flash.
Yeah, hold on. While this game is very interesting, I have to address the buffoon in chat. First off, I don't play dumb champions that are out of meta and then complain about why they suck. Alright? Also, you asked this dumb person how to play one of the dumb troll champions, so don't disrespect your elders. 2, it's not the exact same play style. I just play meta, he plays whatever he wants and then complains. And then what video? I'm complaining about people not understanding macro. I didn't say Riot sucks and he didn't know how to balance their game. It's not like I made an ADC mega thread post and then complained about the state of ADCs in the PMALCS group or something.
Everyone feels the best way to discuss this is via the carries next door versus LAS game.
Well, there's not a lot going on here. This is kind of a snooze fest, honestly.
Are you serious? There's high action play.
This game is really reminding me of the Marvel Olympics, formerly known as NTA's game, versus Carries Next Door, in which there was a meaty Swain that I could not, as the bottom laner, eat through before I literally got blown up for all my health, because he's tanky and he does a ton of damage, because Riot Games. Thank you for that.
You and Dylan say crap like that. That sounds like Ascension. I'm just over here like, well, that's part of this champion kit. Okay.
What? Being extremely tanky and doing damage? That's balanced. Riot Games. Thank you.
Right, game.
Yes.
Riot Games.
A third dragon is actually picked up here for Carries Next Door.
That's too relevant of information, Greg. We need more memes.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
Actually, we need
I'm
more
gonna talk
memes.
more about how I absolutely just hate Swain as a champion.
You're right.
And Riot messed up on his rework.
Honestly, they did. He was way more fun the other way.
Are you kidding me? Hell no.
Anyway, old Tarek was the best. So
Oh my god, old Tarek top was the best, dude.
I used to do old Tarek top and old Scion and Earth, and it was just the most obnoxious
Okay,
thing.
okay.
Stun.
Old Scion is the one champion that I will never want to ever come back.
No, that's true. I think the one champion I do
you're
want to
right.
come back is Old Graves.
Yes.
As we see here, Mars trying to run away. LAS is going to slow him the way to the Ruin King, but here comes Pain at the top hat, and nothing's going to come of it again. I'm praying for some big plays right here. They're
Meanwhile,
sieging top, so.
Quicksilver is dead. I have not heard from them in quite some time.
I just let y'all say your thing, and I just sit here and listen.
Excellent.
So excellent quadcast on the day.
I mean, I have no interest in whether or not Sean is the Shin Shin.
So he's saying this cast is a snooze fest for him, honestly.
Eric, you can't say the good old 5-man PMA LCS top when you just said the good old 5-man mid for PMA LCS. You are literally Ascension. Actually, you're Zoom.
Carries Next Door is starting this pair. LAS has vision on it.
I think it's so disrespectful when you called him Zuna.
I'm very glad. I'm very glad Shinshin is not in this game.
Okay, so while there's a game going on and stuff, we totally care about that, but at the same time, can we just get a vote in the chat? Guy Fieri can't vote as to either Minbang or Guy Fieri being Heshinshin. We need a clarification on this. Baron's happening. We don't give a shit. Let's vote in the chat.
I hate team fights. Grumble, grumble, grumble. I love Kevin.
It's actually a pretty good fight. Carries Next Door at the Baron down to half health. LAS have no vision on it though. The ultimate from Braum, they still don't have vision. Here comes the ultimate from Xerath, who's gonna get the Baron. It's a 300 health that ends up going over to Carries Next Door, and 2 kills so far. Rafal might actually be going down, but still 2 kills and a Baron. And it looks like that's all they're gonna be, so wow. I can't focus on anything, thanks guys.
That's a 2-for-1 for Carries Next Door. As we've been seeing a lot of the game, they're getting the advantages early with their Jarvan and their Vel'Koz. I'm trying to give analysis here, but really I just care about who's the real attention.
Hey, we're gonna close the voting right now. It's 2-1, and I am not Ascension. Eric Guy Fieri is Ascension. Get wrecked, Burger Boy.
Get wrecked, Burger Boy.
Oh my god.
Nice one.
I'm dead.
Alright, so Carries Next Door pushing bot here.
Dude, they have an 8,000 gold lead. What the hell?
Hey,
Yeah,
man, you're just gonna 5-man this?
it's almost like
The good old classic 5-man bot with Baron. Special.
Actually,
That's
it's
4
not.
people?
It's not. Yeah, it's actually not 4 people. But this actually could end up working out for them as they're pushing
Look at all
bot.
these noodles. Noodle, 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 noodle. I'm your noodle, noodle.
Sean losing his mind. You really hate to see that.
You make it sound like I actually had a mind before this series. I just got done casting with General Dill. Do you know what that does to a person?
Well, we can see what it's done to him this game.
Yeah. I just don't like the aftershock, honestly.
He does have a 70 CS lead, but I mean, what can you do when you have a Lucian into Swain? If Lucian's in range to auto attack Swain, he's dead. Sorry. Maybe we should have thought that one through before he locked it. Oh wait, they didn't first pick Swain.
I mean, General Dill is going for the CS record for CS per
True.
10
Oof.
for a split.
Wait,
so
so are you trying to tell me that this whole game is just a giant meme?
Almost.
IA is by himself, but he's pretty tanky.
Yes.
I like how...
But meanwhile, his team goes mid lane, and that's where he's gonna join them. General Dill's trying to go, and he flashes. He's gonna flip back. Yuramoose is gonna pop the ultimate here. The Cosmic Radiance gives up the bullet times going down to 3 members, doing tons of damage. Stormbox is gonna go down actually, but it looks like Vel'Koz is gonna pick up kill for himself. The rest of the team's trying to chase. Curious Nestor have a huge advantage here. Rafal pushing up with his ultimate. Adonville on the back line still alive. Actually gonna pick up a kill. An ultimate, a Cataclysm from Maya picking up a double kill. Nearly steals the last target. The Nevermore just gonna miss. Carries next door still have 5 members alive, and it looks like might be game in their sights.
Someone kill a Donville. His
And-
PD is too high. Greg doesn't want
Field
to
the Steel is trying to do what he can, but it looks like Carries next door is going to take game number 1.
GG.
Nevermore. Yeah, never moved, but yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's more of a meme.
Yeah, never more of a meme than now.
as I say, that's Swain, not Edgar Allan Poe.
All right, so be sure to vote for your MVP, because there was a game that happened. I don't know if you guys watched it or not. I mean, I was streaming it, but if you guys didn't see it, Carries Next Door won.
Yeah, I think for me it's two different people that could possibly win, and that's either Panic at the Top Hat or Maye. While the bot lane did not die, we all know ADCs can't get MVPs.
For sure. I agree.
I think Maye in the early game did a lot of work, but also Panic at the Top Hat doing some early roams as well, getting their own advantages as well. So I can go halfway one way or the other.
Well, I was removed from the party, so we can't look at Okay, yeah, we can.
No,
I'm
you were
trolling.
removed from the party, not from the...
Hey, you know what? I was
He gets the AD carry to complain about something that's not actually real.
sorry to cut you off there, Sean, but it's not important. The real MVP is Maye 100% of the time. He
Every time.
I give it to Panic at the Top Hat, no question.
biased towards the mid laner. I'm actually
Bro,
giving
the
it to
double
Maye.
kill in the early game.
Yeah,
Hello?
but
why do you think
Maye
his bottom lane
didn't-
has no deaths?
Maye
pretty
didn't
sure it's
die.
that.
Hello,
I'm pretty sure it's the 10 and 3
Maye
Vel'Koz.
didn't die. Do we have a poll
Maya
yet?
also had more kill participation.
I'm pretty sure we should go
Top
look
hat.
at the let's go look at the damage charts for 1 second.
Okay,
we
sure,
add
sure,
up
sure.
the other 4 members of LAS. Did they even equal him? 12. No, they did not. So he did more than the other 4 members of the other team.
The other 4. Which 4? The
Same.
worst 4? So literally not his opponent.
Including Lucian.
Okay.
I mean,
That's a lot.
Vel'Koz does true damage.
A Vel'Koz did the most damage.
What is your why Maye then? What is your counter argument?
Okay,
here?
so we're gonna start off with the fact that he literally didn't die as the initiator, never died in the game, and he applied so much early pressure, and the fact that Grant, wow, sorry Grant, saw your name in chat. Frank pushed up and died multiple times, 3 times to be exact. That's
Wait, hold on.
3 whole deaths.
Wait, where did he
Thank you
push
so
up and
much.
do that?
He put that's the. Do you remember that health check where you were like, oh, how did Frank die? I didn't see that. Good job, digital. Yeah, that exact thing happened. He pushed up to the
Okay,
tower
yeah,
and then died.
I think that was the first time he died, but I think all the other times were in team fights where they
You
died.
know what, Sean? Stop it with your logic.
Let's
Maya's the
let
MVP.
the poll decide, shall we? The real Hishinshin has submitted the poll in chat. Go vote, please. Hishinshin is never the winner for real, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to easy Maya vote. Honestly, I give that 5 out of 7. What about you, Quicksilvers? Butt in here.
I was giving it to Maye. That's why I pointed out that he has higher KP than Pinnock at the top hat.
True.
Frank, I respect you, baby.
And
I'll say
while
this.
I know you had to
Top Hat
carry
did a lot of
pants on.
damage, it's Vel'Koz. You're gonna do a lot of damage. It's kind of like the brand thing.
But like in that,
Not saying that he did
competition-
poorly, but
I think both candidates have ground for the MVP. In regards to the kill participation, as a resident Jarvan main myself, that E will give you you can do nothing in a fight and throw down the E and it will give you an assist for the entire fight because it has such a wide area of effect that it happens. So that's one thing. But I gave mine personally to Panic at the top hat mainly because when you see a champion in the mid lane that's just supposed to push and roam, and then the person actually does that and then gets kills off of it, making what we talked about as the bot lane get ahead and have like no pressure put on them because the bot lane of LAS was on the back foot. That's what my vote goes towards. I know Maya did a lot of work in top, and then he came to mid as well. Also didn't die, and that's pretty big and huge. But I'm just gonna give it to Panic this game. Maya played very well though.
Well, that's all good and nice, but with 5 votes, Maya is the winner. Okay, get your votes in. If Sean changed your mind, sorry, you can't change your vote. You're too bad.
Easiest report of my life.
yeah, Musa flaming his mid laner there, saying that feeder.
Yep. Literal
It's
feed.
your ascension, Eric. We should cut the VOD. Let's cut the VOD.
Okay, we're gonna cut the VOD and we'll be back for game 2. Thanks for joining us.